What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to the CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful start to their week. It is Monday, which means it's shiny hunting day, which means today we are shiny hunting Raichu. The Raichu event's on, and I want to get some Raichu. I know some people who've gotten a rather lot of Raichu, and I want a lot of Raichu too. Boom, boom. Rhyming. Hell yeah. But yeah, hello Tanksrail, hello Brugger, hello Rob, how goes it, how goes it? I hope you've all had good starts to your week. Pancake rat time, pancake rat time. Little surfer rat, let's get some little surfer rats. But, first things first. I was doing my little Pokedex shorts today, I was getting them all ready, I was getting them all sorted, and, no, not that button, this button. Shiny dash button. I know what you're thinking here, that dash button doesn't look very shiny. I don't know how I spotted this thing, really genuinely no idea, but I did. I was like, that dash button seems a bit pale. Is he sick? Is he ill? No, he's just fucking shiny. So let's get some nicknames for the shiny dash bun I found off stream. That's what I think. That's what I think we should start off with. Oh, hello, Picky Peck. How are you? Realized that a boss in Mega Man Zero had a very similar sound clip to Grookey. That's fun. Not bad here. Just eating a beef brisket for the first time, and it was a fuck ton of meat. Hell yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, Cinnabon. That is a good name. That is a very good name. We've got Butter Bun. I feel like we've got a Doberman. Okay, the theme's been broken. I was gonna say we seem to have a suffix we want to end it with. But we can go with Cinnabon. I like Cinnabon. Alright. Cinnabon! You know what? Cinnabon can stay with us. Cinnabon doesn't need to leave yet. Cinnabon might leave if we get enough Raichu, but maybe I shouldn't be counting my eggs. You know? Maybe I shouldn't be jumping any... Maybe I shouldn't be jumping the bun. Eh? 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 I'm sorry, I'll leave. Okay, so basically, I just realized this isn't gonna work. I got my Raichu. I found my Raichus, but I'm using my King Gambit, so we're gonna use someone else. We need to get up to 30. No, it's 60. 60 Raichus killed. So let's kill some Raichu with my favorite Pokemon Slaughterer. You found any more? Yeah, there you are. There you go. There you go, big guy. You can find him, I'm sure. No, you. They're around. Hey, look, over here. See? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Can you use your eyes, please? I should probably keep an eye out. Guess I need to find a good spawn spot. Yeah, this isn't the best spawn spot, but like, being on the water seems pretty good. I better find a shiny before even killing 60. The rate's crazy. I hope so, you know? Is that another one? I think that's another one. I would not be opposed. Our dash bonds getting levels. It's always funny, because I have to use a load of experience candies when I want to, get, the Pokedex shorts done. Because otherwise they die to the wild Pokemon, and that's not that great. There's usually 2 spots. What's the other one like? Worse. It's right at the edge of the map, and I don't really like that place, so I'm going here. Honestly, this spot is pretty serviceable. The only issue is it's on the water, which means that, like, I might run into other Pokemon under the water. I'm hoping we can eliminate most of the water spawns by... But I'm not sure. I'm hoping we can eliminate most of the water spawns by using a Sammy anyway. I don't know if I indented that. No, I think I did. Yeah. At day's end, I probably killed a couple too many anyway. I don't know who was banking on me getting one already. I don't know who was banking on me getting one already, but we've got one already. we've got one already. I guess for the first one, we should maybe try to do a bit more interesting. Tank these guys don't have any self-hitting attacks, right? I'm not putting myself at risk fighting this guy, am I? I really enjoyed, the King... I was gonna try and paralyze it. You know, in my head I was like, I should paralyze. No, Cahir, you should not do that. That's not an option, Cahir. Not an option at all. Alright. Nice. Nice. Let's go Great Ball. I love a Great Ball. Do 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 do. Any names? Any name suggestions? Apparently the game's got none at all. Any name suggestions for our Alolan Raichu, our first Alolan Raichu? We will continue chopping through them while we're no, that's another one. That's a second one. Is it? No, it's not. Maybe? Easy way to find out, isn't there? I don't think it is. I genuinely cannot tell. Is that just lighting? That's just lighting. Am I gaslighting myself? This one, get rid of it. That's just lighting. Yeah, it's just lighting. Okay. Alright. No, I'm fine with my King Gambit. Thanks, bro. I like my King Gambit. Alright. Might be worth hopping up the hill. What? 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 That Grime is running. Oh, they're a load up here, what the hell? Concerning. Okay, leave me alone, buddy. That was a menacing one. That was a menacing Hooper attack, I'll be honest. Descent. Descent the Raichu. That's a nice one, I might do that one. Okay, that's a Trumbeak, not a Raichu. But you're a Raichu, so... I thought you said I'm fine with my King Gambit, thanks, Rob. No, I think I said thanks, bro. You see, now I'm not sure anymore. If I said the wrong name, my apologies. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was just delusional last time. These guys look a lot different. I was just wrong, you know, before. That last time, I was just incorrect. When you think about it. Not even when, I was just incorrect, you know. Alright. Don't do that, please. Now I need to use 2. Now I need to use 2. Never fucking mind then, I'm sorry. I'm gonna use another sword stance just to make sure I got enough attack. You imbecile. This false swipe's going to make this guy so 1 HP. Yeah, they're really easy to spot, but the lighting makes you doubt your eyes sometimes. Just Scarlet Violet things. True enough, true enough. Welcome, Felix. Yeah, any name suggestions for number 2? Number 1 is Descent. I'll name it Descent. But any name suggestions for number 2? Descent. How? That is a really good point. That is to chill, bro. Yeah, well, yeah. Now how? All right. And more Raichu. No, he's there. Kill that guy. Hate to say it, Hoopy Poo. Need you to kill that guy. Yeah, these guys over here make the lighting look really, weird. I guess it's because they're, like, in the shadows. I tricked myself again. To be fair, I trick myself anyway, you know? Like, when I'm wanting that shiny, I always start seeing the shiny where it isn't. Like, the shiny could be the most different coloration from the original as possible. Like, I learned the easy way at color editing my, because I color edit the sprites for the shiny, for the shinies. Because I really like the look of the BDSP Scarlet Violet style, like, party sprites. So I like using those in my thumbnails. So I change the colors myself. Sometimes this goes a little bit wrong. I know I did a Pokemon quiz with Bronzong in it, and people were like, that Bronzong doesn't quite look right, because I didn't quite do the Bronzong right. But I think I did Raichu pretty well, and brown is dark orange. I don't know how many of you guys are into color and arts. Brown is literally dark orange. We just call it something else. Cool, so now I know I'm up to 60. That's why I count, so I know I'm up to 60. We can just change it a little bit, and now we're on 2 shinies. Alright. And up here, I think we're going to pop off. First things first, Hoopy Poo. You're great. You're great, Hoopy Poo. Love you. Love you, sweetie. In the box. Probably one of the oldest Pokemon I still regularly use. Let's find an empty box for when the team starts overflowing. I don't know what this guy's doing here still. No idea. Literally none. What? It's just alone in here. This Goodra means, like, I do not know. This is a Sword and Shield Goodra. This Goodra is from Sword and Shield. What? Why did I even transfer you? I don't know why. There's gonna be a Raichu box for the day. I desperately need to do, like, a proper bit of reorganization. Pokemon... Shiny Sandwich. What do I need? What do I need for electric? Yellow bell pepper. It has just hit me that I might need to have gathered something for this that I don't have. No, I have yellow bell pepper. I'm surrounded. These guys know the crimes I just committed to their friends. Whoa. I like outbreaks because it's funny when there's just a load of them around. Okay. You've been doing one onion. Is onion psychic? Yeah, onion's psychic. I'm gonna do electric because I don't really want to deal... I'm just gonna make sure I've saved. I don't really want to deal with the Inky. Inky? Or do I? Maybe I'll do onion later to see if I can get a few, what was I looking for? Accidents. Alright. Yellow bell pepper. What would the herbs? Salty and spicy. Salty and spicy. I mean, salty and spicy. No, I'm lying. Those are salty's the one I have the least of. Probably because of the Krogunks, to be fair. I have the most sweet. Sweet's the one I have the most. Interesting. Wonder why that is. I like that they give you 10 minutes to make a sandwich. Like, they put a time limit on, but it's such a long time limit that you have to wonder who actually hits it. You know? Like, if you forget about the switch, I could see you, like, needing to switch, you know? But, like, 10 minutes? Unless you're desperately trying to make, like, the biggest tofu tower ever. Raichu here with that. I'm surprised that they like the salty and spicy sandwich, given that they're meant to be pancake lovers. There we go. Sparkling and encounter power electric. Now then. From my perch up above, what do I see? Not much. Imagine someone doing the whole Salt Bay routine while making their sandwich for 10 minutes. Mayhaps that's what's taking them. Maybe I should have stayed up, because I'm gonna have to, like, refresh these guys something fierce. Alright. Now then. Maximum roleplay, exactly. No, I locked in too hard. Scanning for the Raichus. Need to unlock it. Why are you under there? I'm glad that Tentacruel got in the game in the end, because that means we can actually put Tentacruel next to Toadskruel. Which I think is important, you know? I think they should know each other. I keep on thinking I see shiny Finion. I don't think I have yet. I see a shiny Raichu, though. Raichu! Now that I see a shiny of. Alright. Don't even need to switch this time. If it tries to, like, play rough or something, then it will seal its own fate. Alolan Raichu is such a good design. Like, I'm genuinely kind of disappointed about the whole, I'm genuinely quite disappointed about the whole, Alolan forms aren't going to be, like, regular... Regional variants aren't just going to be the regular forms in other regions. Like, I was wondering if Alolan Exeggutor might reappear in other climates. Like in other warmer regions. And to be fair, we've only had 2 since, and Paldea is arguably one of them. No, yeah, Paldea is arguably one of them. So I could have seen Alolan Exeggutor be in Paldea, but there was no Alolan Exeggutor in Paldea. I hope, like, it does happen. But my point is Alolan Raichu... I like Alolan Raichu a lot more than regular Raichu. Alolan Raichu, like, as a design, is absolutely adorable. And I love the, like, surfing on the tail. That's cute as well. So I'm kinda genuinely a little bit disappointed that it's become this rare. The only other way you can get Alolan Raichu on the Nintendo Switch is trading in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I was initially considering getting an Alolan Raichu that way, and maybe I will at some point. That could be a fun hunt. Maybe I'll do it as a longer hunt series where I look for every single trade shiny in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Because obviously all the Alolan forms you can trade an infinite amount of times with their Kanto counterparts. Speaking of Exeggutor. I just wish I could have evolved my Alpha Shiny Pikachu into a Alolan Raichu. Yeah, no, exactly. That's like the shame though. This Outbreak is the next best thing at least. I mean, yeah, now you have 100. Now your Alpha Shiny Pikachu has an army it can lead. But yeah, I think that's like my biggest gripe with regional variants so far, is that they haven't reappeared outside of DLCs. You know? Like, in the Sword and Shield DLC, you could get regional variants gifted to you. And obviously in these DLCs, there are some actually available in the wild in Blueberry Academy. But even if you evolve, Execute into Exeggutor in the Tropical Zone, it still evolves into regular Exeggutor. For whatever reason. Better than the Henchmouse. Better than the Henchmouse. I think Raichu's still a cute enough design. I just prefer Alolan Raichu, like, tenfold. You know? I just think it's adorable. Look at this guy and tell me. Tell me this guy isn't adorable. You have 295! Oh, you're going for the rare mark. I see. That is so many. No, you're not. Like... You're never gonna need a shiny again. That's 10 boxes for... At some point, you could, like, make an alternate save file on your on your Switch, and just fill every box with Alolan Raichu. And just have the Alolan Raichu save. What if you could evolve Pikachu into Alolan Raichu if you fed it a Malasada? Exactly, that's like methods they should be employing. Because they do it in other ways sometimes. You can get Galameowth. You can get Galameowth. Yeah. You can get Galameowth and, regular Wooper in Scarlet and Violet via trade. Now, I understand. The reason why... Oh, don't want to miss you. Number 4. The reason why they do those is because those are alternate evolutions, you know? Like, they need to give you, like, you can't get Berserker in Scarlet and Violet otherwise. You can't get Quagsire in base Scarlet and Violet otherwise. So they give you those regional variants so you can get the other evolutions. Especially in Sword and Shield, Pokemon like Cofagrigus was still in the Pokedex. But I think it would be nice if you could still, like, get regional variants, even if it's, like, a post-game item thing that you get. It's a shame because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon added a way to get non-regional variants. Let you evolve your Cubone into regular Marowak, or your Pikachu into regular Raichu. We did not get names for 3 or 4. Can we get names for 3 and 4? That aren't 3 and 4? Can we get names for 3 and 4 that aren't just 3 and 4? Tyra, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. We're hunting Alolan Raichu today. I have gotten 4 so far. Which is a lot, but we can get more. We can get more. Do I need names? I do need names! 2 of them are unnamed at the moment. And I'm not sure we'll go with how to yet. We can go with how to if we start exhausting names, I'm sure. But I don't think we need a how to this early in the game. What about Pancake? That is the classic, isn't it? That is the classic. I don't know how we didn't think of that already. How about how do? Again, I think we cannot have... I think we can wait a bit longer before we start doing how-based nicknames. Again. How do is funny. I'll give you that. Alright, give me a moment. Sorry about that. Almost out the COVID woods, but not out yet. Alright. You like Quaxley? You're going to sub right now. Thank you, Quaxley. Welcome to the Cahir Club. Quaxley was actually my second, technically third shiny in Scarlet and Violet. I got a couple of Iron Valiants, and then I hatched a Quaxley and 3 eggs, which was pretty hype. I didn't just despawn one. And then they... Oh, Float. I like Float. Float. So... Alright. Yeah, Quaxly's cool. I like Dot and her Quaxly. They're fun. I think we're getting another Dot and Quaxly focused episode next in the anime. I was going to mention that I really enjoyed the last episode with King Gambit. King Gambit was funny in that episode. Alright. What do you mean I forget how fucking slow this guy is sometimes. King Gambit is not fast. Who are you shiny hunting for? I'm gonna give you one guess. Ah, fuck. I was gonna show my team and be like, what, one guess? But, Raichu. Indeed, I'm looking for a load of Raichu. I've got 4 so far. I want more of them. Quaquaval slays so hard. Real. I fucking bricks myself when my lovely little Quaxly evolved into Quaxwell. And then it became Quaquaval, and it was like, whew. Thank God this goes hard. I was like already planning out the funeral I was going to hold if its final evolution sucked ass, and then no, it was actually peak, so it was all fine. Can you name the next shiny Raichu? Of course. Hopefully it's... Did you fucking summon this guy or what? Like... Did you manifest? Did you manifest him? Did you bring him into existence with your mind alone? Like, what's up with that? What's, like, the deal there? Name of Thunder. Oh, I like Thunder. I think we'll be needing a lot of names this stream. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. You guys have names. Hey! Don't do that. Mean. How about Brown Thunder? I feel like I paused for too long to not say that sounds like something you'd make on the toilet. Bro, are you good? Instant bonk! Top 10 awesome names for sharks. We'll go with Brown Thunder anyway, now that I've thoroughly insulted it. Brown Thunder shall also replace Cinnabon. Brown Thunder. Not fitting, innit? I don't normally do this, but I'll do this. Oh, Brown Thunder is okay. Yeah, we could go with that. I don't know, I fucking hate it when a name is supposed to have a space, and then I can't because of the character limit. I don't like just truncating and deleting the space. I'm gonna be honest. It is a peeve of mine. I will go with anything else if I don't have to delete a space. Just wanted to double check. We might end up missing a couple up here, but hopefully not. Whew. Alright. Ooh, ooh. You say let there be a shiny. Let's see. Let's see. Will your powers continue, or is that like was that a one time? Is your ability gone now? Or is it on cooldown? Alright. Well, it ain't appeared as quick as last time at the least. Hopefully soon. How much? We're halfway through the sandwich. And that was our 5th Raichu, and I didn't indent. There we go. Look at them all up there, the council. You know, in, like, Super Mario Galaxy? I never actually played it, but I always watched those top 10 Super Mario Galaxy creepy Easter eggs. Number 10. All those guys up on the cliff. Those little shadowy figures with the eyes, and they're watching Mario. You can't see this under normal gameplay circumstances, but we hacked the game and we found them, and they're there. They were watching him. You know the ones. That was those Raichu. Alright. In the name of the shiny Giratina I called yesterday, I demand you a Raichu to be shiny. We're threatening them now. I feel like nicely would be the better way to go, right? If I were a shiny Raichu, I would rather be asked nicely to show up. Oh, I thought the music had paused then, but no, it was just the song had ended. Alright, gamers, when a small, unscary creature is slightly out of frame. Oh my god! I can make 13 10-minute long theory videos out of this! Man, I miss the mid-2010s. Bro, are you good? Are you good, man? Are you alright? Are you alright down there? Can you breathe? I didn't even know Raichu got dive. He drank. I don't think. I'm guessing this is salt water. You shouldn't be drinking that, Raichu. Oh my god, he's gone. Did he drown? Oh no. Oh no. Yummy flavored water. No, it's not yummy. I have drunken my fair share of salt water, and it's not that nice. Right. You missed one? It was probably the lighting. Alright. Everybody hydrate. Everybody hydrate. Gonna be honest, Tyra. Just gonna be real for a moment. I don't think it's that big of a deal if I did. I hate to say it. I think if there was, and I think it might have been a what's it called? It might have just been the lighting. The lighting does good at playing tricks. It's not that big of a deal. I already have 5 of them. I could have given that to the homeless. sound like a parent when you don't finish a plate of food. There are starving children in Africa who could have had that shiny Raichu you accidentally missed. What's the worst shiny ever? I feel like I had an answer to that last time it was asked, but I've forgotten it again. You know? I mean, again, it's only you who's said it so far, Patterrz, so I do still have my suspicions. Hello, Chloe, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. I'm shiny hunting for Alolan Raichu today. I got a load. It's going well, actually. That's not an encounter number, that's the shinies I've gotten. But I will be getting more. This is an opportunity that does not come often. I will be getting as many as I can. I will be stuffing my pockets full like it's a special offer. Tandemaus. Shiny hunting Tandemaus made you want to cry? That's fair, I can't slate that. I can't slate that. I think Garchomp and Gengar are funny. I know a lot of people... There we go. What's it called? Yo, Defiant. What was I looking for? Yeah, the Garchomp and Gengar I find funny because they look the same. The shinies are like not different at all, so I find it funny. I ain't complaining. I just think it's amusing. It just makes me go hee hee. Personally, I think that light desaturation of Gengar reflects really well on it. You know, I think it makes it look a lot better. Okay, Brugger, you've said Garchomp isn't banned in 3D and 2D. Which is it? Huh? Which is it, Biden? You got shiny? I got shiny!
What goes binted?
I got a couple. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Chloe. Welcome to the Cahir Club. I didn't full swipe it. That's why it's not catching, so I never actually tried. I was sitting here like, man, I'm really not getting the shiny right now. You meant that it isn't bad in 3D. It's way worse in 2D. I see. Yeah, no, I still find it funny. It's interesting because some shinies look better in like art than physically in the game as well. Like Poldean Tauros looks kind of good represented in any medium but its 3D model in the wild. Crit catch. Alright. Any nicknames? Any Raichu nicknames? What should I name Raichu? This Raichu. Raichu number 6. Alright. Swell. Coco. Normally I'd be very inclined to just fuse names, because I think that's really funny when I do that. Because it is, just so we're on the same page. It is funny when I do that. But I'm going to name this one Coco, and remind me next time, Robin, I'll name the next one Swell. Scarlet Lighting is good looking, but we need the shiny sparkles back since it messes with Pokemon colors. Yeah, my take is, I think we need the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee sparkles back. The next Pokemon game, I'd like to do 2 things with shinies, especially if it's open world like this. Number 1, raise the odds. You know? Make it hard. What does shiny Dachshund look like? Well, I'm glad you asked, Quaxley. I'm glad you asked, because that's what shiny Dachshund looks like. It's less saturated. It's a less saturated Dachshund, and I got this guy today, so it's really funny you said that today. I managed to get a shiny Dachshund today while I was filming my weird Pokedex entry YouTube shorts. I think it's quite a nice colour, personally. It doesn't look that different from the original, but I think it's a nice shade. I like it. Oh, that's a shiny there. Hi there. I agree, there are too many spawns out of bounds. So the shinies sound from Pokemon Legends Arceus would upset people. I mean, I feel like the spawns out of bounds is a separate issue. My main problem is shinies are so fucking common. I feel like the whole don't make them make a sound was actively trying to balance how many shinies there are now. I did the thing where I just Swords Dance and then Ultra Balled again. What's it called? Shinies are just too common. That's my hot take. I have not felt as much emotion from these guys as I would, like, a lot of other hunts. Like, shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet I find fun just to see how many of the fuckers I can get, you know? Pixel Fun, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week's gotten off to a good start with shiny hunting Raichu today. That is number 7. Because it's no longer fun to just get one of them. So I'd like shiny hunting to be like a proper thing again. King Ceres, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. My day's been going pretty well. I'm recovering quite well from coronavirus, actually. Had that last week, but I've been feeling a lot better over the last couple of days. I think rare marks have become the new shinies, as weird as it sounds. Definitely to an extent, but I feel like it's less flashy, you know? Like, if I found a rare mark, I'd be like, oh, that's really cool, you know? I'd be enthused about it, but like, seeing a shiny, it's the visual differences. It's the sparkle that enters when you get into a battle with it. There's grandioseness to finding a shiny, and that's intentional and that's cool. But it's just not as intense these days. You shiny hunt for curry mark Pokemon in Sword and Shield, and getting one is like a million times harder than getting a Scarlet Violet, so I feel more about them. Exactly. Doing good yourself. You got 4 shiny Alolan Raichu and 2 shiny Kanto Raichu on Violet without a sandwich. Yo, hell yeah. To be honest, I managed to bag a couple before I even fired up my sandwiches. My sandwich only has 3 minutes left. I think we'll wait a bit before firing up the next sandwich. I've already got 7 of these fucking things. But yeah, I'll definitely end up doing, like... I do other shiny challenges just because of it. Like, the Scarlet Violet shiny rarity is in part why I started doing the Minccino shiny hunt. Where I've been shiny hunting for a Minccino from Pokemon Black and White at the very beginning of the game. In that little intro cutscene, the Minccino that Professor Juniper sends out can be shiny. And I'm hunting for that. I'll be doing that again next Monday. And then the other thing I'm doing is I'm trying to get a box full of shiny Grogunk. Because, especially with Scarlet and Violet rates, I might as well. And then I've got, like, a sub-task of trying to catch one in as many different Pokeballs as I can, which I believe is every Pokeball except the Cherish and Origin Ball. We didn't name the yeah, we've not named the 7th one. Any nicknames for the 7th Raichu? Let me just put Dash Bun away. Whoop. Alright. Marshmallow. I like Marshmallow. Bruger, I'm going to assume there were different intentions there, but I feel like that is a message that could be pretty easily misinterpreted. Alright. Marshmallow. Oh, I said I was going to name that one Swell, didn't I? I named the next one Swell. Apologies, Rob. Make sure to keep your names bookmarked. Thought of. For I will obviously probably be needing more, even if we're out of sandwich territory. I'll probably do another sandwich later on in the stream as well. I'm just not sure if I'm going to sandwich the whole way through, especially since we've already got so many. Wait, how many shinies are you going to get? As many as I can! Alright, after this sandwich is over, I'm going to, check if I've gotten any marks, I think. It's your birthday today! Oh, happy birthday! I hope your day's gone well. Happy you caught a shiny Pinsir, Pikipek, and Marill. Oh, well, it sounds like it is. That is very cool. I like Pikipek shiny. I've got a few. Latest one was intentional. The first one was intentional. Then I caught a shiny Toucannon. We need to stockpile shiny Alolan Raichu to preserve their population. Exactly, exactly. Who knows when they'll appear next? Exactly! They haven't appeared for almost a decade. Well, no, that's not entirely true. They've not appeared for a while. They've not appeared... I mean, they don't even appear in the wild in Sun and Moon, do they? They've not been natively evolvable in-game for a while. Alright. Exactly, that's what you've been doing. Free shinies, might as well get an army of them. Exactly, exactly. Alright, my Sammy is over. So I'm going to do a quick mark check. You can get them from Dynamax Adventures and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Trace, but otherwise, yeah, that's it. I think you can get them in other places in, Oh! The uncommon mark! On how? Oh, I forgot you have the partner. Oh, you also have the Gourmand. Gourmand! Is Gourmand a rare mark? Is Gourmand like an uncommon mark that you can get on a Pokemon? Or is Gourmand another uncommon mark? That's 2 uncommon marks. This is the first time you can get them with marks. Gourmand is eating meals, you can earn it. I see, I see. That makes a lot of sense then, given that Kingambit's my shiny hunting mon. Hear me out, they should make a sandwich where it has all the Megastones. What does that even mean? Are the Megastones in the sandwich? That sounds like it'd be very bad for your teeth. My biggest peeve is that people have loads of hacked. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's been an issue with Pokemon for a while, though, right? Like, I remember going on Wonder Trade in Gen 6 and getting loads of hacked Pokemon. It's been a consistent issue. I think it's better to just keep your head down and note the shinies that you get, and be proud of the shinies you get. Alright. Alright. All the Pokemon that can Mega Evolve would Mega Evolve during battle. That sounds a little bit busted, I think. Yeah, I don't really trade for the most part unless it's with people I trust. Exactly. And even then, I don't know, I don't really like it when people trade me shinies, is a blunt truth. I'll accept it when people do. If people want to give me a shiny, I'm not gonna be like, no, don't do that. But, like, Pokemon that have been gifted kind of mean the same to me, shiny or not. Because it's nice that someone went out of your way to gift you a shiny, like, or gift you a Pokemon like that, you know? Well, where am I going with this? The shinies that, like, mean things to me about their shininess are the ones I've hunted. I like the partner ribbon from NPC trades in the Indigo disc. Hopefully they keep that feature. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Your favourite Pokemon's Primarina? Primarina's definitely my favourite final form starter. I love Primarina. I was on Team Popplio since that thing burst out of its Pokeball on that trailer, in 2016. I remember, I was in secondary school at the time, which... I was at the end of secondary school, so I was basically in high school, from what I understand, to Americans. And... we were all gathered around one of the computers in the school library, watching the trailers, watching the first trailer. And I saw Popplio, and everyone else was like, that owl's so cool, I love that cat's awesome. And I was like, no, I want the seal. That seal goes hard. I think my favorite starter is Bulbasaur. But while I do like Venusaur, I think Primarina is my favorite final starter form. Alright, let's get this one. This one will be named Swell because Rob said Swell and then I forgot to name one Swell. So we all name this one Swell. I think that's a swell nickname. Alright. It shows that Quack's are your favourite Pokemon, but it's Glaceon. That's understandable. Glaceon's cool as well. I think all the evolutions are good. I think all of them are well designed and look really cool. And I think it's a massive shame that Vaporeon fans have to bury their head in the sand lest they face the shittest joke of all time. I swear, I haven't seen a Pokemon's PR be ruined so instantly. You know? Like, Vaporeon was a well-respected Pokemon before. You've got a shiny Celebi, yo! Did you get that in Crystal? Oh, plushies. Read the end of sentences, Cahir. Those are still cool. Those are still cool. I didn't even get it. Vaporeon isn't even close to the thirstiest design they made. It isn't. The joke was about its, I guess, like, the joke came from its other abilities. Like, how the Pokedex often makes it clear that, like, it absorbs water and stuff like that. Like, to be fair, I feel like there have always been, like, a specific group of people who've been weird with evolutions in the fandom. You know? There have always been the evolution fuckers, and I've always thought of them as a little bit strange. So it was... like, it's almost unsurprising that Vaporeon is the one that people got weird about, but... You have a shiny Vaporeon on Go? I actually have a few all by accident. I have a few shiny Vaporeon, none of them on purpose at all. Where are they? Here. Yeah, I got a couple, and I don't know how. just random encounters. Alright. If you get shiny Latias, what should you name it? Bianca. After, the girl in Pokemon Heroes. Remember's like, buy the shiny Celebi plush before it sells out. That's fair. I mean, Celebi is cool. Do love Celebi. Pokemon Forever is another cracked film as well. I love Pokemon Forever. I thought that was shiny right next to me then. Wait, did I get an 8 and didn't indent? Alright. 5 plus 3 is 8. I think maybe I did indent, but I wasn't selected it. They need to make a Dragon-type evolution. I don't know. I think there are enough evolutions, is my hot take. I think there are enough. I think 8 is a good number of evolutions, and I think that's why they've not added any more, because they know 8's a good number. I think we need a new Pokemon to, like, get a bunch of evolutions, or be a bunch of different types, and fill in the EV types. I'm sure some regulars know what's coming here. I vote for the Pand monkeys. Pansear, Panpour, Pansage. I want more of them. Because, like, I feel like they're pretty undeniably the EVs of Gen 5. A lot of Gen 5 Pokemon are equivalents to Kanto Pokemon. Conkeldurr is Machamp. Chandelure is Gengar. Stuff like that, you know? Gigalith is Golem. And what was it called? I think we should get more. I think we should get more of the elemental monkeys, and they should be more elements, and maybe even fill in the elements that Eevee isn't. I think that would be really, really cool, because again, like, there are loads of evolutions now. And I feel like they're not going to add any more. I feel like they've realised that there's, like, a bunch of them and they don't need any more. And I'm inclined to agree. There are 8 of them. So, why don't we pass the baton on to another Pokemon? And, again, it feels like Pansear, Panpour, and Pansage are all made to be, Sorkin, Throw, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Exactly. Yeah, it just feels like, so many Pokemon were made to be, like, equivalents. And if they were made to be equivalents, why aren't there more of them? To be fair, why have they been brushed under the rug? Are they even on Switch? I'm not sure they are. They might be in Legends ZA. Because because Pokemon X and Y have the, elemental monkeys. But we should get a Shuckle evolution. I feel like if we get a Shuckle evolution, they should reduce its attacking stats even more and make its defensive stats even higher. I think a Shuckle Mega would go better. Oh wait, no, I remember what I was pitching. Shuckle evolution. Lower attacking stats, higher defensive stats, stance change. The Elemental Monkeys are, you think the Elemental Monkeys are one of the few Pokemon not on Switch at all. Exactly. Every Pokemon prior to Gen 4 is now on Switch as a BDSP, because BDSP has the entire Sinnoh national deck, like national decks, up until Sinnoh. Because being just more or less remasters of Diamond and Pearl, they got all those Pokemon. Which means that the very few Pokemon that aren't on the Switch anymore are What's it called? Gen 5 mons, I think? I think every single generation 6 Pokemon's on Switch. No, Furfro isn't. I lied. I'm so sorry, Furfro fans. Because I'm a Furfro fan. I like Furfro. I can't believe I did Furfro like that. Furfro's also not on Switch. Which is devastating, honestly. Give you a guess for how many resets for Shiny Latias. I'm going to go with... Okay, wait. Before I make my guess, which game is this? You're not shiny, I don't think. No. BDSP, I see. Then my guess is 3,600. Right. Tangspell's trying to do the guess a little bit higher. Guess a little bit higher than me. So if it's a high number, they still beat me. I see your game. I hope they had a good way to hunt Poipole. I mean, soft resetting in the Ultra place is still a pretty good way to hunt it, right? Like, a soft reset hunt, I think it's a pretty good hunt, right? Or is it not affected by Shiny Charm? You'll be a misery profiteer. Alright. It's not? What is it then? What's the total? Alright. I mean, you can actually get more than one. I see. I mean, yeah, if we get another Alolan game, we might be able to get more than one. You haven't started the hunt. Then what? How are we gonna guess that? You've introduced us to a question. What was it called? You've introduced us to a deceptive question. It's not affected by charm. It isn't. Only eggs are affected by shiny charm and BDSP. Isn't it? You love shiny Pawmot? It's a nice pink, isn't it? You're getting guesses before you start. Oh, I see. Well. Hopefully Tangsprell isn't right. Okay. Guesses for my shiny Latias. How many resets did it take to get my shiny Latias? $4,000, is that your old reliable? To be clear, this was in Auraz, this was an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Eon ticket event. 5,463, interesting. Been a bit since the shiny Raichu, to be fair. Those guys aren't shiny, they're just shadows. Alright, any more guesses before I reveal the answer? Fuck, did I summon you this time, huh? Did I bring you into existence? I was like being like, man, we haven't got one in a while, and one normally when you complain about not getting shinies, it makes them more likely to not appear. 4,200? One. I wasn't even hunting it. I was shiny hunting for Froakie, and on a whim, I was doing the pseudo method for Froakie, and I got the Eon ticket, so I went to go and catch Latias on a whim, and it was shiny. And about 5 minutes after I caught that shiny Latias, because I was in the car, I watched a deer get hit by a car. What should we name this Raichu? What should we... Any Raichu names? Try to guess how many Dynamax Adventures to Console and Shield before you got your Mesprit. I'm gonna guess 150. Was the deer shiny? No. Coco? We've already got a Coco King series. King series. Sorry. You're just in the shadow, right? Yeah. Lower. 50. Gonna knock 100 off. Thank you. Lower still. Well, I'm gonna go straight to 1. You know, because I can't knock another 100 off unless I go to minus 50, and I doubt that's the case. Right. Higher. 25. No, let's too zoomed in. Lower. What is that? 12. Wall Raichu on the wall. It was 12. Oh wow, I got that on the. If I guessed 13 instead, I would have been devastated. That is a low amount though. Congratulations. Alright. Yeah, I do Dynamax Adventures on stream often. Not sure when the next set will be. Maybe this... No, I might not... Yeah, maybe this Thursday. Normally I stream on Fridays. This week I've got D&D on Friday. Because someone's busy this weekend. Not me, to be clear. And... What's it called? Yeah, I got D&D on Friday. So, this Friday's stream will be on Thursday instead. And yeah, I think we'll do some Dynamax Adventures. Currently, I'm looking for Xerneas, because, obviously, ZA coming out next year. Would be good to have a shiny Xerneas ready to, get when the game drops. Ready to have when the game drops. So I can get whatever new Xerneas form they probably add. Alright. You're bad. Your mom's bad too. Look, I'm just saying. She really should have been tried being born on a different... it is birthday, right? Like, she should have considered that in... a few years down the line, it was going to fall on the date of her son's D&D session. And, like, that seems a bit unfair. Like, she should have had the foresight, really, you know? It's not shiny, I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, / wedding anniversary. I doubt Zygarde gets another form. Exactly. My guess is Xerneas and Yveltal Megas. I hope not. I hope we don't get Megas for Xerneas and Yveltal, because that means that there will be more forms for legendaries locked to, like, a small subsect of games. I will die mad. Groudon and Kyogre's primal forms haven't made a reappearance. Because those are primal forms, not even Megas, you know? Mega Rayquaza I can tolerate. It's an actual Mega Evolution. But the primal forms, those are primal reversions. Those aren't Mega Evolutions. Those could appear in games without Megas. It feels like the only reason they got rid of Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre is because they were, like, such monsters in VGC that keeping them around would, like, cement the landscape in that specific way for the rest of fucking time. Unless they only allow Pokemon native to that region's Pokedex into the game, which, I mean, I guess is exactly what happened after. But yeah, like, I want Xerneas and Yveltal's new forms, which I think they're gonna get them. I don't know if they're gonna be complete forms. I could see us getting complete Xerneas and Yveltal forms because here's my thoughts. Xerneas and Yveltal, they're meant to hibernate for 1,000 years. You know? They're meant to hibernate for 1,000 years. So, Xerneas, Yveltal, and X and Y only hibernated for 800. So I could see us getting 10% Xerneas and Yveltal forms that haven't slept that long at all, and then 100% Xerneas and Yveltal forms that are fully rested. Or maybe even not the 10%, maybe just the complete Xerneas and Yveltal. And I think that would be cool, like, well-rested Xerneas and Yveltal. They got the full 8 hours of sleep. I'm just mad they keep giving Megas to pseudo-legendaries on Pokemon who don't need them. Honestly, I think the fundamental truth about Megas is they were always going to be for popular Pokemon. Like, that's the dark truth about Mega Evolution, I think. The dark truth about Mega Evolution, with, like, a red arrow. Mega Lucario with, like, evil red eye. Wait, that happened in the anime. But yeah, the dark truth about Mega Evolution is I think they were always going to be made for popular Pokemon. It's one of the reasons I don't really like Megas, is because, like, it was always going to be for popular Pokemon, making stronger Pokemon stronger. Which is why I do like... I think the only mechanic I might not like more since Megas is Dynamax, and even then I'm not sure I like it much less than Megas. Megas have cool designs. Mega Evolutions have cool designs. And I think that's all I like about Mega Evolution as a mechanic, is the designs. I think they're cool. I think best case scenario... Not best case scenario. The best kind of mechanic is every one they've done since, which isn't limited to specific Pokemon. Sometimes the mechanics have special things they could do for specific Pokemon, like the Pokemon-specific Z-moves and Gigantamax forms. But I think Gigantamax forms were just as mishandled as Megas, though, I'm going to be honest. Maybe not as mishandled as Megas. Megas were mishandled. Mega Evolution was a massively powerful mechanic, so there was no way in hell they were going to give it to every single gym leader and shit. Which meant that Mega Evolutions were held by the champion of the region, the evil team of the region, and in final rival fights. In the region they were introduced in, there are like 3 fights with Megas in. It's all on you other than that. I really hope that ZA gives us more enemies with Mega Evolutions. Because I think it's silly how no one had them in X and Y. And that's what I like about, like, every, Alright. Can I have some of your shiny luck, please? I'm homeless, I think. I mean, it looks like I might be using it all up, I'm gonna be honest. I've gotten 10 shinies today. And I ain't seen one in a bit. But I shall try all the same. But, what's it called? Yeah, Terastallization is my favorite mechanic. Terastallization is a very versatile mechanic, has an interesting depth of gameplay to Pokemon, and every major trainer battle, every major trainer battle uses it. I love Terra, but I wish it was purely for offense instead of defense. I think that's one of the interesting things about Terra, though. Like, Terastallization is a very simple concept of a mechanic. It's the Pokemon you're using becomes a different type. Okay, easy to understand. 10-year-old Timmy, who's only played Pokemon Sword and Shield before, he'll understand that. Probably. Pokemon just becomes another type. Okay, cool. Off the bat, we're doing great. You know? You don't need to explain it, it's not hard to wrap your head around. It's a simple and easy to understand mechanic. But it entirely changes the way fights go when you're fighting a terrestrialized Pokemon. What Terra type could a Pokemon be about to transform into? Is it going to transform at all? What kind of moves would you want to use to ensure that you still hit a terrestrialized Pokemon? And stuff like that. I think that's really interesting. Online battles have felt kind of like a coin flip if your opponent's wall has a Terra you can deal with or not. That's fair. I don't really see things through the VGC lens, to be fair. Be right back. Have fun. Be right back, Tyra. But I don't know, I think terrestrialization is one of the most interesting ideas they've floated as a side mechanic. Because, like, Mega Evolutions were Mega Evolutions. I think Mega Evolutions weren't all that great because they were limited. They forced your team composition to include a Mega Evolution if you wanted to use the gimmick of the generation. Obviously, they focused on, like, mostly popular Pokemon and shit as, like, the terrestrializations, which means your favorite Mons weren't all that likely to, which means Nishomons weren't all that likely to get Megas. And people kind of started peddling the idea that it was, like, made to make weaker Pokemon stronger. I don't think that was ever the truth. I don't think that was ever the truth of Mega Evolution, is my blunt point. Z-moves were interesting. I still think they were one of my favorite mechanics. Obviously, any Pokemon being able to use them as long as they have a move of that type is really cool. And what was it called? I'll always be a Z-move truther. Bring back the... No, I do love Z-moves. Terrestrialization is my favorite, but I was always on Team Z-move before that. I think the biggest issue with Z-moves is probably the fact they're a held item, you know? Like, if Z-moves weren't a held item, and you could just Z-move with any Pokemon's move that you had a Z-Crystal for, but only once a battle, I think that would make Z-moves peak. Like, inarguably peak. Simple fix to entirely, like, upend everything wrong with Z-moves. And then Dynamax felt like an attempt to combine Megas and Z-moves. I always feel like Dynamax was trying to make Z-moves and Megas into one mechanic. I find it funny. I find it so fucking funny. Dynamax can only happen in specific locations in the region. Dynamax is only available in specific areas of the region, you know? There are 8 trainer battle... No, there are more than 8 trainer battles. I'm in a fool. But, specific zones of the region you can Dynamax in. You can't just Dynamax in regular trainer battles. Yet there are still more battles with Dynamax in than there are Megas. Like, NPC trainer battles. Oh, you going first. Sentence your death, buddy. Well, not your death. You're being caught, I guess. That's number 10. Give it up for number 10. Any name suggestions for number 10? Alright. I know we've had a few suggestions floated. We have 2, actually. We have 2 unnamed Raichu. Let's get 2 Raichu names in chat. I especially love how you can Dynamax in the Battle Tower, but nobody else but Leon can. Really? I didn't even know that. That's so fucking funny. Fluffy? I like Fluffy. Glad they brought back the torture that was the BDSP Battle Tower. Honestly, I'm so pissed off there was no Battle Tower in these games. I really wish there was a Battle Tower in these. Alright. Zenless Zone 0 Glug? Is that Rob's suggestion, or am I misinterpreting? But yeah, I hope there's a battle tower in the next mainline game. Because it always disappoints me that there's not one in this one. Right. But, the Ziza because it's electric, and the Glug because it's not very good at surfing. A very, like, in-depth meaning to the name. I can get behind that. Alright. I've heard people say that online battles are the new Battle Tower, but it's just not the same. It's not. The thing with the Battle Tower is it's randomly generated opponents that aren't actual people. That, Why are there so many water types over there? What the hell? No, it tells you when the outbreak's dispersed. It's not like a real person behind them. And, it's criminally unfair because sometimes the battle Pokemon are just horribly trolly. Like, I don't think the whole, online battles are meant to be the battle tower replacement. Especially considering not every kid gets access to it, you know? Little Timmy might not have Nintendo Switch Online. So they can't do online battles. The enemy of your enemy is your enemy. Whoa! The shiny Raichu behind this rock, however, is a shiny Raichu behind this rock. Alright. Now then. Raichu names. Raichu number 11. I mean, I guess we can name this one Kevin, right? I think Kevin would be a pretty reasonable name for Raichu number 11. Alright. Frenemy. You know what? I think we do kind of have to name this one Frenemy. Which, in a way, is still Kevin 11. Me. Pikachu better, Pikachu childhood memory. I mean, like, I feel like that's the general, a generally held opinion, right? Like, even the Sinnoh kids like me had the memory of Pikachu taking out a Raichu. Because they just entirely reused that plotline later on. It's just instead of a gym leader, it was a different trainer. They even brought back the Thunderstone he was given during that battle. To be like, should we evolve Pikachu? Should we evolve Pikachu? What? I'd like to store how to if you run out of names. Of course, of course. As I said previously, that will always be an option if there are no... if we've exhausted the rest. Alright. Right. Not even looking at me. No, it is. Are you gonna, like, watch as I jump? Maybe. You might be. I cannot tell. You'll just hit a mess and chat around, I see?
Hey,
Mango! Hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. 10,000 yard stare. Quite. These guys really are Alolan. Literally like the Alolan protagonists. Alright. Now then... It's funny because for a bit we kept on getting more and more like new little doodads and doohickeys that you could do in regions. Like inverse battles and the Battle Institute. But these days we got none of that. And I just find it interesting. That they kind of cut back on a lot of it. On those little bonus concepts. Alright. Even Raichu thinks Pikachu's better, he's not even letting you catch him? Are you sure? Just wanna take a step back and go back into another... Go back into... do you want to compound that state? Do you want to double down on that statement? Do you want to? Sure. Bet on what? You've already lost. You said I bet on red after the ball had already landed on blue. You, like, watched the ball roll around the little thing. Oh, Haku, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Go back to that right. That Raichu's despawned. But, you didn't specify that Raichu. You just said Raichu in general, right? You're a big fan of double battles, and you think they're a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I do love a good double battle. So I like Pokemon Sweet, I thought it was interesting. It also made the Indigo Academy quite fun, only being double battles. I'd like them to bring back concepts like that in the future. Alright. Call this one Michu. Right. As in Raichu Michu. What? As in what? D&D Street continues? Ah, very nice, very nice. I hope today's session went well then. Alright. Still obsessed with the council. Kind of sounds like nice to meet you. Oh, I see! Raichu Michu. How many shinies you were eating? Well, thankfully, up in the top right, it tells you. I've got 11 so far. How many Krogunks? I have 11. Contrary to most of your Fire Emblem D&D combat, there were 0 downs this time, yo! Congratulations to the players. You got to go, it's getting late and you have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, so goodbye and good luck on getting at least 70 Raichu. Thank you, Brugger. With about an hour left, I think I might need a lot more than luck. Alright. Hi there. Whoop. Cahir, are you sure FE D&D is Fire Emblem? Yes. I played Fire Emblem D&D with Haku back in 2020. Unfortunately, Mango, I am, Alright. I feel like we're gonna get into very concerning territory if we continue that train of thought much longer, Jello, so I'm just gonna move on. Alright. Have you been putting up with a lot of nonsense today? Huh? Cahir carries old battle scars. Hey, no, I don't carry old battle scars. That dark mage I crushed the hands of. No, he does carry battle scars. Alright. Alright. Might proc another Sammy soon. Yeah, I kind of want Felix to elaborate. They should bring back Z-moves as in-battle taunts. As in just the poses, or even the Pokemon doing things too. You can get a Z-move pose. In these an emote. I'm not sure if I have it. You're almost halfway to the dreaded word. Uh-oh. Quick, play some woo yeah babies. I mean, but not just to waste points or anything though. Alright. Just a funny pose and stuff. But then again, I heard they removed taunts from Smash. Because people got upset. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, not the taunt, that's what it's all about. Whoa! I can imagine taunts do aggravate people sometimes. I think it'd be funny. Imagine one day they make Pokemon Ultimate that features all the gimmicks. That would be hell. There are two gimmicks I'll be interested to see, There are two gimmicks I'll be interested to see interact. Z-moves and Terra. Imagine Z-moves and Terastallization working together. I think that would be sick as hell. But I feel like if they made a game with all the gimmicks... Dynamax is just too overpowered to use anything else, sadly. I was gonna say, I feel like they'd have to all be, like, exclusive. If you Terastallize, you can't Dynamax. If you Mega Evolve, you can't do any of the... Yeah. If you use one, you can't do the others. Unless they did it like Ash in the Leon fight, actually. Where he just got to use them all. Maybe if Dynamax lasted for one turn, I feel like that would be like a pretty wet pancake. Pancake. For Dynamax though. What's the hardest Pokemon you caught or want to catch? The hardest Pokemon I've caught is Duraludon. It's as hard as steel. Triple Dunsparce. The Dunsparce. Triple the Dunsparce. Could you imagine, though, they make all regions 3D open world conjoining regions together kind of thing? I just don't think that will be that good. Yo, Haku a mid fan? I didn't know that. Didn't know Haku liked mid. No, I think, again, like, Anyway, they're bringing back Mega's Haku. Your campaign won. They did it. I'm just wondering how they're going to top Terastallization. Because I don't think they are. Like... As much as I love Z-moves, I can see why people hated on Z-moves. I don't get how people can hate on Terra. I think Terra is one of the best mechanics. Like, I can see why people might have issues with it, but I feel like it's easily one of the best mechanics they've made. But, what's it called? Do you agree, Megas? I just think... I mean, no, I can re-go over my mega issues. What was it called? Mega fans always say they're like a way for weaker Pokemon to become stronger. But as I said, I think that's only like in the fandom's mind. Because if you look at what Pokemon actually got Megas, it's like the popular Pokemon got the Megas. Even if they were already really fucking strong. And I'm sure that will be a trend that continues in Legend... No, shiny. I'm sure that'll be a trend that continues in ZA. If we get new Megas in ZA, that is. And then, obviously, like, only a specific pool of Pokemon can Mega Evolve. And people always complain about the lack of Mega Evolutions in trainer battles. What's it called? In the Mega games. And it's because Megas are too powerful to just put them in regular fights. Like, you can't put a Mega in the first gym. Like, the earliest you could put it is arguably the third. But even then, like... I could see argument that Megas are just a bit too endgame of a mechanic to work early game. And that's what works with Z-moves, Dynamax, and Terastallization, is they all work at any point in the game. Because they just introduce new gameplay options or a powerful burst for the level you are at, instead of a powerful burst for near the end of the game. Mega Smeargle. Mega Smeargle gets 120 in every stat and 8 move slots, and also it becomes normal ghost type and has Prankster. Don't know what happened there, but I'm going to save. I wish Terastallization has some unique stuff like Gigantamax outside of Ogerpon. I don't know, like, what was it called? I don't think every gimmick needs to give Pokemon new flashy things. I fucking hated it when people were, like, always hyping up terraforms. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. Dynamax working, could you imagine? At least Dynamax had, like, more trainers using it. Like, I said this earlier. Dynamax was only available in limited areas throughout the region. And yet more trainers use it than Megas, which you can just do anywhere. Right. Alright. Alright, I'm nuking this. Next game should have fucking nothing. Next game should be a Pokemon game with no mechanic at all. Pokemon, I think... King Gambit does look really chill on that float. I agree with that. I like... Terastallization and Z-moves are my favourite mechanics because they change what Pokemon is the least. Terastallization presents the interesting and simple question, what if you could change Pokemon's type? Okay, cool. We now know. It's a pretty interesting mechanic. Z-moves are like a single one powerful move burst, and that's it. Okay, cool. Pretty interesting, pretty simple mechanic. I think Pokemon doesn't need gimmicks in that way, though. I would rather the next Pokemon game go entirely gimmickless. I think a Pokemon game can just carry itself on itself alone, on it having Pokemon in it alone. I don't think we need some gimmick to sell every new generation of VGC. Which it really feels like the last two gimmicks were made to do. I was so worried when Stellar type was announced that it was just going to be another VGC-centric gimmick. Like, VGC-centric thing, and I was so glad when it was more raid balanced. because it feels like the Pokemon Company have been really like leaning towards VGC in all feasible ways. These past few generations, but like not every generation needs this brand new battle mechanic. Like, oh, that's a shiny. Not every generation needs this brand new battle mechanic to make battles more interesting. There are other ways to make battles more interesting, you know? And battles are interesting as are anyway, you know? Like, I don't think we need a new gimmick every gen, and I think the best case scenario for Gen 10 is they just don't give us another gimmick. It's just Pokemon. Because, like, look at... Like, I understand that, like, a lot of people are starting to shift to X and Y as the new, like... Oh, this game was... But not everyone is, to be fair. But, like, Pokemon Black and White and stuff still work really well and are really enjoyable to play. And they don't have some gimmick. They don't have some gimmick. Hell, if you want a gimmick, you can even do gimmicks in other ways. Technically, regional variants are gimmicks. Technically, convergent forms are generational gimmicks. Technically, baby Pokemon are generational gimmicks. That's why we've seen less regional variants this generation, because technically they were a gimmick. Because that's exactly what happened with baby Pokemon, is we got a load of baby Pokemon in Generation 2, we got a couple in Generation 3, then we got a load more in Gen 4, and then in Gen 5 we got none. Also because the generation had only new Pokemon in it, and it would have been a bit weird to make a bunch of baby Pokemon for those Pokemon. But like since then, like the only baby Pokemon to come out has been Toxel. Baby Pokemon in order have go from Riolu to Toxel, and I find that really fucking funny. I hope regional variants don't go the same way. Regional variants are one of my favorite gimmicks, but the gimmick was fused to Legendary, but that wasn't until Black and White 2. Would prefer if they focused on quality of life and making the battle smoother and fast and adding more graphics. Exactly. To be fair, I feel like battles in Scarlet and Violet are pretty snappy, but I do agree that there can be more smoothing out of that. And I feel like lag definitely makes it feel slower. Gen 4 had the best gimmick. Physical Special Split, exactly. Alright, I'm gonna fire up the next Sammy, I think. Hi, how are you? I think they should rework the battle system entirely for Gen 10 to make it flow better. We need less dialogue boxes and more visual cues. Oh, battle system visually, I was gonna say. Like, I hope... I'm gonna take a drink before I go on this run. I hope Legends ZA feels more willing to do more interesting things with the battle system. Because Legends Arceus did. Legends Arceus gave us strong style and agile style because the battle system worked entirely differently that gen, based on a speed-based, turn-based system, rather than a regular turn-based system. Like every other Pokemon game does. And I hope ZA goes further with that. Because I really think that the Pokemon franchise could do with more interesting things going on in its battles. But I feel like Game Freak are too scared to change anything to any reasonable degree because of VGC. They don't want to have to deal with the backlash from changing VGC players' game. Because they know that's going to happen. They know if they try to change things up... Wait, let me just double check that I properly said all. They know if they properly change things up, VGC players are going to get pissed. I don't think we need an entire rework. Look like franchises like Fire Emblem. They've had a pretty consistent battle system the entire time. And, what was it called? They've had a pretty consistent battle system the entire time, and, like, they're still kicking, they're still selling well. Well, maybe not still selling well, because they've had, like, a bit of ups and downs over time, but... Alright, too salty. Let's look at slow text boxes showing one dot every individual one DOT each individual Pokemon is taking. Let the visual details tell what's happening, and add an option to look at the battle log if you need clarifications. That would be really good, actually. I agree with that. Flashy, you and Tangspell are saying very similar things in both chats. A lot of flashing. Alright, prep for it. There they are. There are the lads. Om nom nom. But yeah. Same brain, different chat. I hope that, well, yeah. I think Gen 10 would be a pretty good place to do stuff like that as well, though, because, is that an instant? No. I think Gen 10... This... So many Inkay. I knew this was going to happen. I knew there were going to be Inkay. I just need to keep an eye out for shiny Inkay. What was it called? If ZA comes out before February, I'd say Gen 10 could still be in 2025. Legends Arceus released in 2022 and Scarlet and Violet released in 2022, but if ZA comes out at second half of 2025... Whoa! Instant. If ZA comes out second half 2025, I think Generation 10 will be 2026. Because that will be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So I think it'd be nice to do more...
Another one.
Another one. Pokemon Legends Arceus had nicer status effects too, in my opinion. I liked how Freeze was a burn for special attacks instead of being a stronger sleep. Freeze is a very temperamental status. I feel like a rework of that could do well for ice types, much like Snowscape was. Because Freeze is very temperamental. Most moves that can freeze are attacking moves that have a 10% chance to. And... yeah, no, it's just a weirder, more temperamental sleep. I don't know, I think sleep is fine the way it is my blunt take. I think the only reason sleep isn't fine is because VGC and player versus player battles exist. In the single player campaign, sleep is fine. Because I think it's good and important to have a stop opponent from attacking for a few turns. Like, stop opponent attacking entirely for a few turns ability. And I'd say the biggest issue with sleep is moves like Spore that are 100% accurate. You know? Less than sleep existing, I think it's that a few sleep moves are guaranteed to hit. Like, I'd even say, like, Yawn should maybe be 75 accuracy, just to pace it out a bit better. But it can be good to hold your opponent down for a few turns. Even if you're the opponent sometimes. I feel like the reason it's an issue in most player versus player battles, because player versus player battles are a lot faster paced. Whoa, already? Yeah, I think mostly competitive. I'd love the Pokemon battles to be faster and more aggressive in general. Maybe I'm just impatient. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I think Pokemon battles should be faster. But by the same token, I do really hate how it feels like a lot of the changes in quality of life and everything that's been happening the last few generations has specifically been for VGC. It feels like they've become very obsessed with the fact that their franchise is now an esport, and a big esport at that, that they're specifically making and doing things for that side of the game, and I think they're actively compromising other aspects of the franchise that make it less enjoyable for the people who like to immerse themselves in the world. Again, mints are the main example of that, I think. To be fair, there have been quality of life roleplay-ish changes for the main games themselves. That being the whole, like, Raichu toughed it out so you wouldn't feel sad. Raichu landed a crit, wishing to be praised. Stuff like that. You know? But I feel like generally it's been a lot more like VGC focused. And as someone who just doesn't like battling actual people, mostly because I'm really shit at it. Well, not mostly because I'm shit at it. It just doesn't interest me that much, and I'm shit at it. Probably because it doesn't interest me that much. Partner ribbons are such a massive roleplay improvement. I'm sure more people aren't fawning over them. Partner ribbons are really cool. I agree with that. And I'm excited to see what avenues they open up. I feel like I'm going to miss a shiny Inkay, I'm going to be honest. But to be fair, we could go a whole sandwich without a shiny Inkay and just shiny Raichus. EP time, good luck with the Raichus. Thank you, Haku. I hope you have a great rest of your... I hope you have a great sleep. But, are you? No. But, yeah, I feel like ribbons and stamps and stuff are good. But, yeah, it just feels like the franchise has become very, like, VGC focused, and to the point of, like, removing Battle Tower and stuff. Was that a time crunch thing? Because it seems like Scarlet and Violet might have been released a little earlier than they should have been. I think you could also argue that there were optimization issues further back during the pipeline of the game's production that caused a lot of the issues that plagued the game. What was it called? But, like, the fact that people are willing to argue that maybe the Battle Tower was removed for VGC makes me worry that maybe that was the case. Which is why the Legends games fascinate me so much, because they're an option for people who aren't into VGC. Legends aren't associated with VGC at all. My guess is they may have removed the Battle Tower to make more people play online battles. Exactly, I don't think that's that cynical of an opinion at all. Like, I think it's either that, or just they didn't have the time. But I'd say it's arguably more likely for it to be that. Be the former. Like, we won't ever know, bluntly put. Unless it's in the next game. Oh, there's one. But, I mean, we'll find out in Gen 10. Is the truth. If Gen 10 doesn't have the Battle Tower again, and it's just as focused on VGC stuff. But yeah, that's why I like the Legends games, because the Legends games aren't VGC focused, they're single player focused. To the point where they're made to be played without trading with people. Which is a very interesting change to the Pokemon franchise. But it makes me excited to see more of ZA, because, yeah, it's gonna be... Right. Yeah, I'm excited to see more of ZA. What kind of game it'll be. Because, like, when Scarlet and Violet were announced, Scarlet and Violet as games were, like, it was pretty knowable what was going to happen in them, more or less. The day a Pokemon game comes out that, like, actually mixes up what it means to be a Pokemon game is going to be an interesting one, you know? People weren't expecting it to be open world, sure, but I feel like people were expecting it to be open world because that was clearly the direction they've been heading in since Sword and Shield. Arguably since Sun and Moon. ZA was such a curveball. It'd be cool if it were a city sim. It'd be interesting if it were, but I think it'd end up disappointing a lot of people by this point. I feel like if it were going to be a city sim or something like that, they really needed to lead with that foot. Because I think a lot of people would find out that it's a city sim and, like... I'd be kind of disappointed if it were a city sim at this point. I do like a good city sim, but... what was it called? I hope it's like, all within Lumiose. As it's developing. Like, as it's being redeveloped. With a nice, like, mystery or something at its core. Like, it'd be interesting if the battle system was, my immediate thought was something like the Heart Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone, where you could kind of build your own area to play in. I see. I don't know, I almost hope we get to watch history play out in some ways than directly impact it. Myself. I like the idea of... Like, my personal bet on what kind of role the player's going to take is we're going to be noting down the, like, diverse... What Pokemon live there now? Big city. We'll be doing an ecological survey of the city as it's being built. With a nice little mystery hook going through it. Imagine if, like, what's it called? There was an ancestor of, is she Emma or is she Emmy? I might be thinking of Professor Layton. It'd be cool if there was a, like, Emma ancestor and she was, like, a detective. And you help her out as she investigates something going on. Like, imagine if the battle system was, because Pokemon battles are just starting to take off as, like, a sport, as a thing that happens in the Pokemon world. And we'd get to see some interesting things happening as the battle system is developed and rules are set. What I do hope we get and are able to customize is a house. Imagine if we got, like, a little apartment that we could decorate. I think that would be one of the coolest mechanics. Because people fucking eat secret bases up, right? Secret bases, everyone's favorite part of Auras. Everyone's favorite part of Diamond and Pearl. Everyone's favorite part of Ruby and Sapphire was secret bases. People fucking love that shit. People love being able to take an area and decorate it. And I mean, that's what you're saying on a bigger scale, really, is being able to take the city and make the city how you like it. Secret base in the Lumio sewers. I was more just thinking you get gifted an apartment. Whether it be by someone being like, hey, you can have an apartment. Or just like... give us the real city experience. Make you have to pay rent. Imagine if you have to pay rent. That would be funny. Where are all the Raichu? There they are. But again, like, that's the interesting thing about ZA in this phase of conversation. But also the irritating thing about ZA in this phase of the conversation. We know jack shit about that game. Legend ZA could be fucking anything. It could be a city, like, you're already saying you hope it could be a city sim. I'm saying I think it's gonna, like, I'm saying I'm not sure it'd be anything like that. Because we don't know. We don't know what it's gonna be like. We have no idea what Legend ZA is gonna look like as a video game. Because all we got was a, little blueprint spinning. People are still arguing about whether it's going to take place in the past or the future or the present. We don't know. And I hope we get a trailer soon for it, but again, my prediction... My prediction for, the first trailer is September. Especially now they've, like, given us a roadmap of events in Scarlet and Violet up until September. I think September's going to be the, first trailer for ZA. Oh, there's a shiny. You can buy an apartment, but the price increases 50% every in-game day until it costs more polka dollars than you can hold. Real. Right. Alright then. Alright. My morning, hello, how goes it? I hope your week has been going well so far. I hope it's gotten off to a good start. Pretty Vtuber model, thank you, thank you. All the people who helped make it, down below, top of the description, would highly recommend checking them out. They're very talented artists and riggers. Today I'm shiny hunting for Raichu. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I have 17. That's a lot. Now realizing that's a lot. They really made it easy. I hope they do this kind of event for Krogunk. Like, if I had a Krogunk day this prioritized and successful... Not prioritized. Productive. That's the word I meant. If I had a Krogunk... If I had a Krogunk day... like this, I'd be most of the way done with my challenge. But no, I'm sitting at 12 instead. To be fair, I'm doing a lot of the Krogunk hunting in Sword and Shield. I'm sure it would be over by now if I did it all in Scarlet Violet. With the insistent tipping of Gen 6, maybe they will ask for rent. But yeah, no, my bet for a ZA trailer, Pokemon Legends ZA trailer, is September. I really doubt we'll get it before then. But I want it because we don't know what the game's going to be at all at the moment. We know nothing about the game whatsoever. Like, when Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were first announced, and we were just given the box arts, like, we knew they were going to be remakes of Hoenn. When Sun and Moon were announced and we were given a bunch of concept art, like, we knew they were going to be the next games in the Pokemon franchise. So we, like, had a general gist of, like, what games they might be. But ZA, it's all up in the air. And I just really want to lock it down so the proper theorizing can start. Because right now we are just throwing shit at the wall. You know? And hoping it's going to be right. Every conversation goes in with everybody having an entirely different idea of what the game is going to be. I do somewhat resent how common shinies have become. Now the cat's out of the bag, they can't really make them any harder to get either. I think they could. I don't think that mindset will help them make shinies harder to get. I don't see how making shinies rarer again would change anything at all. You know? Like, okay, cool, if you catch shinies in Scarlet and Violet, they're a bit easier. But I don't think they are. I don't think they are going to make them harder to get. Because I think they've made shinies so common, not for shiny hunters, for little Timmy. Once again, referencing little Timmy, you know. You know him, you fucking hate him. I hate that guy. Because they want kids to get a shiny in every playthrough, you know? Well, not in every playthrough, but like... They want kids on the playground to be able to be like, oh, I got a shiny! Oh, wowie! Wowie! Look, Johnny! Look, Johnny! I got a shiny Go-Goat! Wow! Look at my shiny Ice Cube, Johnny! You know? It feels like Legends of Arceus was built like that. And it feels like these games were built like that. And that's the issue. And a lot of people are like, I hope they add, like, another tier of shiny. And am I the only person who'd fucking hate that? I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just feel like it's always a bit tacky when fan games and other shit are like, this is a rarer shiny. And it's like, okay. It makes sense, yeah. I just love shiny hunting and don't get the dopamine rush anymore in Scarlet Violet. Exactly. That's why I've again, that's why I've been doing shit like my brain crashing. That's why I've been doing shit like the Minccino hunt, because the Minccino hunt is an actual hunt, you know? That's why I hunted for triple segment to Dunsparce. And that was an exciting shiny to get, because I was going for the 1 in 100. Like, I wouldn't mind them making more Pokemon like Dunsparce, or the Dunsparce, with like a secret hidden form that only appears sometimes. Would... The thing is shinies were still pretty rare in Sword and Shield. Like, people have been like, oh, shinies have been getting really, really common lately. No, there were specific circumstances shinies became common. In X and Y and the Friend Safari, they were pretty common. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, in the Ultra Wormholes, they were pretty common. And in Sword and Shield, in Dynamax Adventures, they were pretty common. But those were pretty niche areas and didn't have every single Pokemon in them, which meant that it still felt rewarding to hunt shinies normally. And it does. It still does feel rewarding to hunt shinies normally. Outside of Scarlet and Violet themselves have become the Ultra Wormholes. Or Dynamax Adventures, where, like, some people just refuse to hunt in them entirely because shinies are just too easy to get in these. Like, I genuinely think they could make shinies rarer again and it would just be chill. It'd be so... It makes sense. It would not really affect Mox, and it would just make Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus the black sheeps of the franchise. Of just... Hello. Of just, being easy, shiny getting games. But shiny female popular, hell yeah, congratulations! What are you gonna name her? But yeah, shinies are definitely way too common in Scarlet and Violet. And it kind of sucks the joy out of hunting in these games. Like, hunts hunts in the future on this channel, like, I'm always going to try and keep some Scarlet and Violet hunting in there. I feel like Masuda method, while I do like it more in previous generations, it still makes shiny hunting that more difficult. But I think a good solution would be either to make more marks like Curry Mark that require you to hunt harder, or to do rare forms like the Dunsparce. Again, like, marks just don't excite me as much, personally. Fair enough to people who do, but they just don't... I don't care about them that much. I like marks like the partner mark, because it's like, oh, you're good buddies with your Pokemon. Love that. That shit goes hard. What was it? What was King Gambit's mark again? I can't remember its name. Yeah, the partner mark. The partner mark. Love that. And I love the ones like, what's it called? No, you're not. No, you're not. Lico's... I always forget that fucking thing's name. It was Sprigatito when they released it. I liked Lico's Sprigatito. And the ones you can get from the Academy Club Room. I think those are quaint. Being able to go like, go, Katie's Teddy Ursa, stuff like that. I think it's Nimble she gives you, actually. It's so funny how the Masuda method is one of the worst shiny hunting methods in Scarlet and Violet. I remember when it was discovered and it was like a cheat code to make shinies actually possible to get. And like, it's been the main shiny hunting method of many games. Like, Pokemon Black and White, there was no actual shiny hunting method, so it was Masuda. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, the actual shiny hunting method was just genuinely fucking broken. So Masuda was the better method. What I need to do is look into, so I'm pretty sure they made a way where you could mirror what you're playing on an emulator on your main computer. So you could, like, do video game. You don't need to pay, like, for a capture card. Which could enable me to do hunts in older games. Because, like, SOS hunting and Dex now, peak methods. And we're not going to get those back because of overworld Pokemon. If anything, I hope that the next Pokemon games don't just do outbreaks again as, like, the shiny hunting method. Like, I feel like outbreaks are a pretty simple shiny hunting method to do in a game where Pokemon appear in the overworld, but we've had it, like, 2 games in a row now. We don't need it for a third. There have been genuinely interesting shiny hunting methods in the past. We can think up better than this, I'm sure. Come on. Oh, there's still some time on this. Did not get a shiny Inkay. Oh well. Maybe I didn't, I missed it. Outbreaks were cooler as a way to get rare Pokemon. Exactly, exactly. Are you? No. So I see that, and I get why outbreaks aren't going to work the same in, what's it called? In games these days, because of the Dex cut. And I know a lot of people really dislike it, but I think it makes sense as a thing that's happened. And it was probably smart to do it at the start of a new console. Could you resist petting a Doxeon puppy? Well, I feel like if I pet it, I'd get doxed, right? I feel like if I pet the puppy, I'd get doxed. Is that... Sounds like that's what's going to happen if I do that. Grizz, hello! How goes it? Not a cat boy, but I'm doing pretty well. I got a load of shiny Raichu. Bada boom, bada bing. No, oh god, they're all going into the wrong box. Oh fuck, oh shit. Oh, this is horrible. Crisis averted. There we go. Wait, how many of these guys are unnamed? 4. Just realized any names for the 4 Raichu I have? The 4 extra shiny Alolan Raichu? Because these guys are unnamed. Any suggestions? Oh, you said how to before I could name it how to. Grizz 1, Grizz 2, Grizz... Okay, can we have some more unique suggestions than thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, thing 4? Just want to double check I'm not missing any Inkay. I think their head's a different colour, but... Don't want to do an oopsie. Xenu, I like Xenu. Excuse me, every how is unique and precious. Oh, I didn't want to change the keyboard, thank you. Can games make unique keyboards anymore? I always liked when Pokemon games... This is such a, like, a nothing issue, and if it doesn't get changed... Like, this isn't me making a real, actual complaint. I don't dislike Scarlet Violet anymore for this change. Did I call one Mewtwo? I didn't. But... I'd like them to bring back unique keyboards. I think that'd be fun. I get why they just used the, Switch keyboard, but, you know. Alright. One has been called Michu. But yeah, things have been going well. I hope they've been going well with you, Grizz. Been shiny hunting today. Gotten 18 shinies. My dream scenario would be more strange encounter methods like Kari encounters or hidden grottos. I really like the idea of contextual, memorable encounters. That is true and that is fair. I think I would be very much behind ideas like that, because it would give shinies for me to hunt that would actually excite me. Because again, these just don't. As you said, like... I find it funny I've now got 18 shiny Raichus. I wasn't excited by any of them. I might go to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and shiny hunt Raichu there, and I'll be more excited by getting the Raichu in that game than I was getting any of these. I think the most exciting and surprising Raichu I got was when Quaxley was like, hey, can I name one? Can I name the next one? And then one immediately fucking appeared. Because that was funny, you know? But I wouldn't even say it was that unexpected. The only dopamine rush I got from this was seeing all the Alolan Raichu would be available at all, exactly. Carried the hell out of your Apex games, hell yeah. But yeah, like, I like that it basically gives me the mission to get as many shinies as possible, but there have been very few shinies I've struggled to get in Scarlet and Violet. I think the one shiny I remember struggling to get in Scarlet and Violet, is Cleavor. Because I didn't get that for 2 streams. Right. But yeah, I just hope that... I think, yeah, the best case scenario is more, like, unique ways to get... Oh, come on. Like the, curry encounters and stuff. Stubborn that lad. Stubborn lad, that one. Really fucking stubborn. Like, that was a weirdly long time to get a cleaver. But... Boing. Whoa. I still love shiny hunting, though. And, like, if we don't, then I'll just do it in older games. What does the 200,000 good boy points say? I think you can read it, Grizz. You can only read it in every sentence with. Oh, well, that's a shame. Because if I said it, then, well, that'd be worth 50k channel points, wouldn't it? Sozboz. Yeah, no, it's that word there. That one you just said. You love the Gen 5 bike theme? I love the Gen 5 bike theme. I used it as the song for my debut. Oh wait, was that not a bit? Was that not a bit? It was not. I see! I just thought you were trying to get me to say it. I just thought you were trying to get me to say the accursed word. People do try. Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in stream more then, because that takes quite a while to save up for. Mango's only halfway, and he's been saving for a while. Alright. But yeah, Gen 5 theme goes great. Goes hard. Music goes hard. Especially with the, percussion when you walk. I understand why you think that. I literally started the conversation with Hello Catboy. Yeah, exactly. Which not, by the way. Tiger. Quite obviously. You think you're about halfway to 50k? Mango's at like 100. Exactly. I love the Gen 5 surf theme. It's really similar to a train theme from Mother 3. Ah, interesting. Yeah, no, the Gen 5 one's really good. I just remembered it. Just had to, like, play it in my head quickly. Like, people always say, like, oh yeah, my brain's filled with, like, the knowledge of like, the Pokemon names and stuff. And that's why I can't remember anything else. My brain also, like, filled with quite a few Pokemon songs, you know? Whooper, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week's gotten off to a good start. Today I've been shiny hunting Raichu. That number up in the corner is not encounters, it is shinies that I've gotten. I have gotten so many shiny Raichu. What the fuck? One day you'll get the channel points. Well, best of luck, Right. Alright. There are a lot of good surf themes, to be fair. I mean, probably helps that there are a lot of surf themes. It would have been fun if they made, like, a new track for surfing in, Yeah, it would have been nice if they did a new track for surfing on the back of Miraidon and Koraidon. Like, it changes the song a little bit. Because obviously, like, in these games, there's a song for, like, riding on the back of Miraidon or Koraidon, walking around regularly. And then there's, a wild battle theme that takes the area theme, that blends seamlessly into the area theme. I guess that's also why I hope ZA focuses more on battles, because it feels like Scarlet and Violet is a very non-battle focused game. Obviously VGC-wise it is a battle-focused game, but like it's more about catching the Pokemon. I think I've done less than like half of the trainer battles in this game. Might have been at 50k if you didn't compulsively buy the Woo Yeah Baby blurps. I mean, yeah, but we love it when you do that, so I'm not going to say that, you know? But it'd be interesting to see if they try to focus more on battles in ZA, you know? Because if we're setting it in a city... I think I heard, like, one note and then it stopped. No, I didn't. I don't know what I heard. It would be funny if I could get to 20, but I'm not sure I'm gonna. Alright. But yeah, I loved ZA being a battle-focused game would be a great opportunity to make the battles less clunky. I feel like if Legends ZA is a more battle-focused game, though, they should change up the battle system a little bit. In the way that it becomes a not, like, regular... Distance it from regular Pokemon battles. Because, again, it's probably not going to have a VGC scene. To be fair, with Mega Evolution being brought back, I could see it being battle-focused. Mega Evolution being a battle mechanic. Like, Terastallization and Dynamax is fine even in a context where battles aren't necessarily... Well, like, trainer battles aren't necessarily the focus of the games. Because Terastallization and Dynamax are both mechanics used in the raids. One of the greatest features added in recent Pokemon games, to be clear. And... What's it called? But Mega Evolution, I mean, I guess they could do raids with Megas, but it would, like, make a very limited amount of Pokemon that you could fight raids against. So it would then bring Megas back. I wonder if they will make it a more battle-focused game. It'd be cool to see more people using Mega Evolution and stuff as well in it. And I really hope more people do. Right. Just trying to figure out how much longer I want to go on for before switching to Pokédoku. Love a good bit of Pokédoku. Love a good bit of Pokédoku. It's also why Mega Evolution is a very well-paired mechanic for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Because obviously you're always battling Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It'd be interesting to see what they'd do in an Explorers of Sky remake. Because it makes sense for Mega Evolution to come back in Red and Blue Rescue Team, because obviously there's quite a focus on Hoenn Pokemon in Red and Blue Rescue Team, you know? In Red and Blue Rescue Team, Groudon's a boss. There's one where Alakazam, Charizard, and Tyranitar are all bosses. Rayquaza's the final boss of the game. Gengar's a boss. Kyogre's a boss in the post-game and stuff. So there's a lot of, like, bosses and stuff in Red and Blue Rescue Team of Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. But in Explorers of Sky, there's... what are the main bosses? Spiritomb. Do you fight Dusknoir? I can't remember if you actually fight Dusknoir. No, you do. Yeah, you do. Dusknoir and the Sableye. Oh, the Sableye can Mega Evolve, but I like raids. I think I like Sword and Shield raids more. Scarlet Violet just feel messier and awfully punishing compared to the average skill level of players. I don't know, that's what I like about the Scarlet and Violet raids, personally, is that they pose an actual challenge. It's nice to have an endgame that treats me like I know how to play Pokemon for once. I do kind of get what you're saying, but it's nice to have actual difficult, challenging content in Pokemon, which is a franchise that just hasn't for a long-ass time. Like, people always act like Pokemon's gotten easier over time. No, people just got... you just get better at Pokemon as you, like, get older, you know? Like, I'm sure these games, so, like, kids playing them today are probably, like, just as difficult. Maybe a bit easier because trainer battles aren't compulsory, but just as difficult as I found them when I was a kid. I mean, maybe a little bit easier because of stuff like the experience share, but, with friends they're fine, but with randoms it can be genuinely awful. Maybe there should be a higher barrier to get into 6-star raids. That is true, I can't entirely disagree with that, but... my challenge. Like... yeah. I like theory crafting and prepping for them and stuff. Because you can't just run at them with what you already have most of the time, when they're 7-star raids at least. It's an enjoyable process for me, and that's why I think I like them a lot. My issue is they are a bit clunky. There are a lot of, like, little visual bugs and stuff, and it feels like, sometimes things just take too much time when the time's always ticking down. Like, it'll take too long for the boss to realise that it's meant to be setting up a shield and proccing a bunch of other little doodads, and it doesn't let you attack while it's doing that, which is annoying. Alright. I think I'm going to pause at 18. 18 is a shitload of Raichu. Not going to complain in the slightest. We've gotten most of a box of Raichu now. Our final count of Raichu. 18. That's not 18. 6, 12. 15. Did I accidentally increment? Or are there 3 Raichus elsewhere? This is a... yeah. We got 19! We have 19 Raichu, not 18. I kind of want to get the 20th now.
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
How'd I fucking miss one? I'm just gonna do a quick look. I'm not gonna do like a big look for another one. Because I do need to be getting off sooner rather than later, and I do want to do Pokedoku, but technically I got 20 shinies today, and that's a nice round number. You know what? I'm going to count it like that. I got 20 shinies today, even if one of them wasn't on stream. And that's a good total, so I'm going to end there all the same. With my 19 shiny Raichu. That's a lot. It's a lot of Raichu. Gonna be honest. Gonna keep it real. Quite a few Raichu. Alright. I'll leave that on screen for reference for those who want to keep seeing it. Not because I'm too lazy to take it down. No, not at all. And today we have... Pokedoku. Gotta bring them all to a picnic? I've already bought a bunch to a picnic, haven't I? When I did my little Sammy. They were all there. Maybe I'll do a quick glimpse after we've finished up with Pokedoku. Alright, we got Flying, No Evolution Line, and Dragon. Legendary, Dual Type, and Hoenn. I believe M&J TV made it so that every answer could be Rayquaza, not realizing you couldn't put the same Pokemon down for every category. Which is quite funny, to be fair. So, most legendaries have no evolution line, which begs the interesting question, which is the most niche legendary? I almost said Urshifu, which has an evolution line. Now the question is would people think up Solgaleo or Lunala, and then put Necrozma and Ultra Necrozma, because those guys don't... I think Ogerpon is likely to be the lowest, Zygarde and Necrozma, maybe Cali... I'm going to put Calyrex. 0.4. Then Dragon-type legendaries and Flying-type legendaries. I wonder if Eternatus... Okay, Eternamax Eternatus isn't available. Oh, I bet it was Terrapagos. I bet Terrapagos was the lowest. Flying legendaries is not Pheasantipede.
Yahoo! All praise Mr. Basculin and the shiny luck he brings. Let us hope he brings us 144th chance for future encounters. AHMR. Basculin.
Real. I still feel weird calling Kubfu the Kubfu line legendaries. I was expecting them in to be in Gen 9 as normal Pokemon for some reason. They have done that a lot, to be fair. I guess I can't entirely slate you. They always seem to be legendary-ish to me, at least. With the vibes and the evolution method and stuff. But, they very much did similar with Riolu and Zorua, so I can't entirely slate your train of thought there. That's another thing I wish they continued doing, is making, like... They're not pseudo-legendaries, but they're almost legendaries. Rotom and Spiritomb are very much almost legendaries. Zora and Zoroark were in Gen 5. Just kind of felt like a Togepi or Bonsly situation. Wait, what do you mean a Bonsly situation? Bonsly was always available in the wild, right? Or do you mean Sudowoodo? Like, I like the idea of, like, about scratches that itch for me, but I'm worried the next, like, in a near gen, they're gonna, like, gut it again and stop it from being, like, hard to find again. For, like, no real reason. But there have been a bunch of Pokemon from the beginning of the franchise. I may be misremembering, but wasn't Bonsly an early teaser for a Pokemon for Gen 4? It was, yeah. But I don't think they ever implied it was going to be super duper rare in Gen 4, right? I guess I grew up with Gen 4, so I've always kind of seen Bonsly as Bonsly. as a Pokemon I could have found in the wild. Although I think Bonsly was Pearl exclusive, right? Flying type legendaries. Ooh, the Galar birds, maybe? Enamorous. No, I'm gonna go Thunderous. That seems a bit high. And then Dragon Legendaries. Okay, loads of Dragon Legendaries. We got Rayquaza, we got Richie Draco, we got Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, we got Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem. 3.3, that still seems a bit high. Especially how many Dragon Legendaries there are. There are probably like 12 or so, right? Okay. Flying Dual Type, no evolution line, Dragon Dual Type. I feel like Pokemon like Applin tend to get pretty low. There are so many Pokemon in the Applin line. 0.7. Is that the music stopped? No. That is the World Tree theme commencing. Alright. World Tree theme hype. World Tree theme hype. Alright, no brain. Honestly, one of the coolest, like, shoe drops in a game is, like, the Wild Tree's a giant space elevator. I fucking love that. Insanely cool. It's why Xenoblade 2 is my favorite, and I need to play the other two, but, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is, like, one of my favorite worlds in fiction, I think. One of my favorite fantasy worlds. The whole ending part of Xenoblade 2 is just insanely good. Yeah, no, that game, peak. Brilliant story. We'll always stand by Xenoblade Chronicles 2 stories and story and characters. Alright. Flying Dual Type. I'm wondering about heading back to, like, Unova for that. Because there are a lot of flying types in Unova, like Sigilif, Woobat, Swoobat, Braviary, Rufflet, Vullaby, Mandibuzz. Ducklet, I'm gonna put Ducklet. Point 3. The whole series is good, but I don't think anything will ever hit as hard as that. Again, I can't really comment on the rest of the series, but I'm glad to see another Xenoblade 2 fans in chat. Again, I replayed it recently, and it's just peak. It's just such a good game. It's a shame that it takes a bit to understand what's actually going on in the battle system. I think that's my only issue with it, is I wouldn't have engaged with the battle system at all if they didn't make Aishima's core do that when you killed it. If it didn't, like, have the one-shot attack when it got too low, I don't think I would have, ever tried to engage fully with, like, the combat system of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Because it's a really cool and in-depth one. But I think it's very much only explained through giant walls of text, and as a dyslexic person. But it's a genuinely cool and satisfying battle system to pull off. you know? Like, I don't think it's hard to understand. You just gotta chain through the elements. Stack as many orbs on your enemy as possible, and then chain attack. You know? Like, people say this battle system's complicated. I don't think it's complicated. I think it's deep. There's a lot to do with it. There's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of different ways you can pair things up. How much focus do you want to put on driver combos and stuff? Because those are really powerful. But would you rather just focus on getting the blade combos with the blades you want? And there are a lot of different things you can do with the characters as well. I did something fun this time, last time I played it, where when I started getting to endgame, I was like drawing I was trying to play Nier, but it just kind of gets to a point where it's very easy to draw aggro, even when you have like tanks in the party. I just couldn't keep the aggro at all, so I switched to Tank Rex. I switched to Evasion Tank Rex. I put Theory on him, I put a Geon on him, I was using a Geon less, so I gave a Geon the Pentagon chip, which gives you more agility. And obviously Mithra is the main character I used on him because of her foresight, and that was peak, honestly. Once it all clicks and you get the system, it's a lot of fun. I think it's one of the few games where I enjoyed my second playthrough more, because I actually understood the combat that time. Exactly. Pardon me. Exactly. I can't remember exactly how my second playthrough went. I know I was enamored with the game from the get-go. Like, it was one of those games, like, I started playing and I was like, okay, this is peak. I was into it from the moment, like, I saw Pirate in that chamber and I was like, this game's gonna, like, blow my head off. I know it. I was there from, like, the get-go for the plot. I really enjoy knowing what the battle system was this time, because it was fun just going around fighting the bosses, you know? I pulled Zenobia quite late, which kind of was upsetting to me, but it was fun just, like, going around collecting a bunch of the bosses I hadn't beaten before, and then going to the stronger bosses and fighting those as well. Alright, no evolution line dual types. The CahirLIVE Classic talks about other things while I do the Pokidoku. No evolution line dual types. I feel like Unova might be another good region. Oh wait, no, I should go to Alola. Okay, Oranguru, but Oranguru got really high last time, so I don't think Oranguru is going to be a good one. Togedemaru. Oricorio, Minior. I should put Minior on the dual type flying, but 5.5. Okay, then flying from Hoenn, no evolution line from Hoenn, and dragon types from Hoenn. Okay, I should do well here. The more that I think about it, the more auras are like rocketing up my list of favorite games in the franchise. I fucking love auras. It's such a like pretty game. It looks great. It's a load of fun. They've got loads of little other mechanics like the contests and secret bases and stuff, and I love that. Dexnav is an absolutely stellar side mechanic. Like, I saw someone saying the other day, like, the issue with Dexnav is if you use Dexnav, it's broken. Dexnav is a really fucking powerful mechanic. And it is, that's true. I can't entirely slate that. But I fucking love auras. So let's embarrass myself by getting some things wrong. No, I won't. Ninjask is one of my favorite Pokemon in Hoenn, and I kind of want to put it under flying, but I'm worried. I'm worried it would get hot. You know what? No, I'm gonna put Ninjask. I'm doing it. 4.1. I shouldn't have put Ninjask. Home and Dragon types. There aren't that many Home and Dragon types. Obviously, BDSP made me retroactively appreciate Auras more for sure. Honestly, BDSP doesn't even, like, BDSP isn't like a, like, I don't know, I've never played a game and then looked back in another game and been like, I treated you too harshly, you know? Like, Auras is just a game I fucking loved playing when it came out. It was, like, it was the only game I replayed during its time in the spotlight. Not entirely true. It was the first game I replayed during its time in the spotlight. Properly replayed. Understanding, and deliberately, and yeah. And I did a Nuzlocke of it. I put all my Pokemon in bank and did a Nuzlocke of Mega Ruby, and I fucking loved it that time as well. It does a thing that BDSP does that I like BDSP doing, and that is adds the National Dex as a sub-feature. Only after you've beaten the game. But, welcome back, Quaxley. You've arrived at almost the end. I'm just finishing up Pokedoku. Please don't give me the answers, but feel free to tell me what you would have put in categories I have answered. We ended up getting 19 shiny Raichu in the end, which absolutely insane. But I was just talking about Auras, because I fucking love Auras. They're great. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. But, I also like how the Hoopa Hoops... The Hoopa Hoops are one of my favourite ways that, like, every single legendary has been included, because it makes you actually hunt for them. For you, it was that Heart Gold and Soul Silver Black and White 2 were such incredible games that anything wasn't quite of that caliber wasn't good enough, which I realised later was unfair. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I don't get that much, but, So get rid of Applin. Get rid of Applin? But, I don't know, as much as I like Hogwarts, I mean, I'm a Gen 7 stan. That's the truth of that matter. It's not a flying dragon. That category's asking for a dual-type dragon. All these answers are correct. Every Pokemon I put in so far is correct. Alright. Sorry, I don't put like all 9 and then lock them in and be like, yes, and then it tells me the answers. It tells you the answer after you put it in. So I've just got no evolution line from Hoenn and dragon types from Hoenn. But again, please don't give me the answers because I do like doing it myself. No evolution lines from Hoenn. Oh, I was going to do Dragon first, wasn't I? Okay, obviously Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, Mega Salamence. We got Altaria, Mega Altaria, Rayquaza, and Mega Rayquaza. Don't believe there are other dragon types. Oh, I know what I'm putting in no evolution line. I'm putting one of the cast forms because 1.5, that seems pretty high, honestly. The cast forms tend to get low because there's 4 of them. It's like, first you have to think of cast form. It might be that people have different ideas of what Pokemon should be. I grew up with Gens 1 to 3, so you're quite old-fashioned. That's fair. I feel like that is definitely part of it. Is everybody has, like, a different thing of what they... Yeah, of what they want Pokemon to be. Of what they want to find in a Pokemon game. It was freeing to break from that mindset and just appreciate the games for what they are. No, exactly. That's what I do try to do, is I just try to, like, do that. Like, again, my bluntest take is, I think BDSP are solid games. I think if BDSP are the worst the franchise has to offer, then Pokemon as a franchise is doing a lot better than a lot of the fans would want you to believe. Like, does BDSP have its issues? Yes, but I don't think it's a bad game. 19 shiny Raichus is crazy. Absolutely yeah, no, it's insane. Like, that box is gonna sit there as a little badge, a badge on my chest. I know some people have gotten more. Oh, I forgot. You know, I'm gonna wrap this up quickly. I'm gonna put a Mega Evolution here, I think. Do I put Sceptile? Do I put Sceptile? Do I put Sceptile? No, I'm gonna put Altaria. 5.5, that's pretty high. Lowest was 20. I got 20. Lowest was 14. I was only 7 above. Okay, so Deoxys got a bit low. Primal Groudon got low, but Castform Rainy was pretty low. Mega Salamence was the lowest at 4.1, but Altaria was about in the middle. Oh, I forgot Latios and Latias again. Salamance's Mega was once again the lowest, but Ninjask was the lowest there. Was it the highest? No, it wasn't. Zygarde was the lowest here. Ogerpon was the lowest, was 0.4. I got a 0.4. Zygarde was like 1% lower than Kyurem Black. Landorus was 1% lower than Thundurus. Thundurus was actually pretty low as well. It was the 4th lowest. Iron Boulder was the lowest dual type with no evolution line. I got Minior at 0.5. Darklit was 0.1% higher. Walking Wake was 0.3% lower. So I did pretty well today on that. It's like this. Thank you. Alright. I'm gonna do 2 things. Check for marks. It looks like we didn't get any more marks. Okay, we got 2 uncommon marks and that's it. Oh well. Aim, hello, you've arrived just at the end. Oh wait, I should do a team, shouldn't I? Alright. Raichu party! Get it back in here, Dave. Look at the ball! Look at the ball! You've been getting very lucky lately. I've seen. Also, this is like a mix between Sudoku and those shows where they try to guess to what the majority thinks is the answer. Yes. Yes, it is. Sorry, I realized I didn't explain. You have to fill each category in with a different Pokemon. You can't repeat the same Pokemon in 2 different categories. And your goal is to guess the Pokemon that were guessed the lowest by other people. Why are you in my face? I love Alolan Raichu. If I'm being honest, I like Koraidon more. I like both Koraidon and Miraidon. I like Miraidon more as its bike form. I think Miraidon has a better form, like, in its bike form. And I think Koraidon looks better in battle. That's my take on them. But yeah. We got a little bit of a group shot. Okay. Oh wait, yeah. A little bit of a group shot on all my Raichus. Thankfully I got that picture before someone fucking ran off. Oh, they're all starting to fall asleep. Love that. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I think I'm going to end off there. I hope you all had a great time. I'll be back this Wednesday with our Pokemon Ultra Moon Egglock. With Dynamax Adventures, do you play offline or online? I play online, so this Thursday, I'll be doing Dynamax Adventures. Highly recommend stopping by for that. Yeah, we'll be doing Dynamax Adventures on Thursday. Our Pokemon Ultra Moon Egglock will be happening on Wednesday, where we will be beating Lusamine. We'll be fighting Lusamine. So do be sure to stop by for that. And then we'll be going to Pony Island. Almost beat your dad's shiny record. Oh, was your dad's shiny record? But yeah. I've asked that just so I'm wrapping up. I feel a bit bad now. I'll wait for the answer. 27. Fair, well, best of luck. Hopefully you can beat it. Hopefully you can beat it. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.